realizing that when I was dancing or singing in community, things were happening to me where I felt more connected.
Yeah.
And I felt connected on a kind of transcendent level. I also felt like I was somehow most myself. And I also noticed that this was very strange for the church. It was very strange in academia. It was all the places. So this way of being most myself and thinking at my best was also just not the way anybody else was really doing it. So. And when I came to Berkeley, I met Phil Porter and Judith Rock, and they were in the process of forming Body and Soul Dance Company. So for 10 years as a trio, we both choreographed and taught both in churches and in theaters. And we're practicing this kind of what we call having a foot on the boat and a foot on the dock of, embodiment and understanding and theology. And after 10 years of doing that, of being in body and soul together and traveling and teaching, we found improvisation was one of the best ways to get people more directly and immediately connected to themselves. Yeah. So Phil and I started InterPlay, having ourselves a natural gift for being able to compose and create and think in the moment as artists. We created InterPlay as our platform for teaching people how to have access to all of these interplays simultaneously and to do it in an artful way. And along the way, we realized that the dance had a lot more to do than with just moving, that the voice wants to dance, the mind wants to dance, the heart wants to dance, that all aspects of ourselves wanted to come into play. And Phil and I created, we created 10 kind of key understandings from what we were gathering from our work, which has evolved into InterPlay's core ideas that are rising up out of our body of experience. And then we have codified for ourselves, in addition, a set of core practices for movement, voice, storytelling, and stillness, which, as I've come to understand, are the kind of the basic soul portals, the ways that the spiritual intelligence communicates. It doesn't communicate in just one way, right? So it needs story, it needs voice, it needs movement, it needs stillness, and it needs connection. They want to.
So this is a very basic question, but I think it's one that I get a lot of different answers to. Would you say that your work is somatic and or embodiment, and what do those words mean to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Yes, I mean, soma, in the Greek sense of the word, the whole being. Body, mind, heart, and spirit. Sometimes I say it's body, mind, heart, and spirit. And you have to say it really fast. Fast enough for the edges to blur, because one of the things that we're up against in the English language is that when we say body, people think of very specific things. Mind, they think of, and so our language has actually created and continue to create a split. We're in the process of playing with the splits in our language and then the constructions in our social understanding, so that we can kind of get back to the kind of the basics of our physicality as our starting place. That we're on the earth, we're bodies, body, mind, heart, spirit, connected to all the body, mind, heart, spirits of all the people, human beings. And yeah, we're trying to do that in a playful way, because we think that play is the genius of the the most genius way to proceed to create anything.
And also that when we have fun, when we're learning, the learning sticks to the bones in a deeper way. And so the fact that you do your work with play is very inviting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unconditional, and it doesn't have a predictable outcome. So that makes it a very spacious, and in that way, I think very much like the essence of the universe itself.
Mhm.
It's not pre-designed or dictated to us. So it's quite remarkable. I mean, I'm a recovering workaholic, so I'm like, how did I, there's some part of me that is like totally playful. It's like, but I like
Right.
play. I'm obsessive, so it's like,
You're working as hard at play as you
and
used to.
I'm a very like intense person, intense thinker, very dedicated, persevering,
Yeah.
very, so like I'm also very much an recipient of my
Yeah.
work. I need it.
So I just